Welcome, everyone, to another installment of The Persistent Rumor. I am Chocolate Yoddah, spelled Y-O-D-D-A-H, because film studios are litigious. And with me, as always, on the anniversary of Star Wars being released when he was only, no, actually it was the same year, like right before you were born.
Yeah, right before I was born.
My heterosexual life mate, Chancleta.
Good fortune favors the bold. Hello.
Close. Fortune favors the bold, you son of a...
You know, just, I'm gonna on you. I'm gonna do that. How's it going, friend?
Another day in paradise, all good.
We're living the dream. That's what it is, man. We're doing our podcast, just shooting the you know what I mean? We just decided to record part of our lives. It's pretty fun.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's great.
It seems absurd that anyone would be interested in this, but they are. So,
hey, it's up. At some point we're just gonna have to do this, like, at a place we're hanging out. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a smoke shop or something. That should be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like spontaneously kick off a podcast in public. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be interesting. I think I could probably set an egg timer to how quickly we'd be kicked out, but
well, I mean, yeah, we'll have to figure out a place that we can, get permission to do it in or whatever.
I got one, my fucking couch. Yeah.
Anyway, so what's on your mind, man?
Oh man, so many things. Just had a great episode of Chocolate Chat with my buddy Ron Marvo. That'll probably be out by the time people are seeing me say this. But if you haven't seen it, go check out Chocolate Chat with Ron Marvo. He is quite an extraordinary human being, an all-around wonderful human being. Just love the guy. And I think you'll be inspired by him.
I don't believe you.
There's always that.
It's just such a bizarre thing to say to someone.
Yeah. So what's on my mind really is just about freedom, man. Just freedom. It's the lyrics of the song, which, we know it in a joking context, but it really is true. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. Mm-hmm. And those are powerful fucking words. Yeah. Because the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, most people aren't living that. They're not rocking like that. Is that your fucking phone?
I turned it off. I'm sorry.
You did nothing. That's user error. You suck.
I slid the ringer off, and I must have
whatever.
Goofed.
You
up. My apologies. I'm fucking up.
So yeah, like, unfortunately, people. I think people are living the words of was it Ralph Waldo Emerson? Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Henry David Thoreau, I think, is the sorry, I made myself laugh with that Emerson, Lake and Palmer thing. So I think it was Henry David Thoreau who said, "The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation." Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. It's a sad, sad thing. I heard it for the first time when I was 9 years old in school. I believe it was Mrs. McKenzie, my fourth grade teacher, who trotted out that quote. I don't remember the context of it, but I do remember that I understood what she meant.
Yeah.
And the reason why I understood that is because I was a people watcher my whole life. I just was fascinated by people, and especially adults. And I got extremely good at reading people, even by age 9. I was a very masterful liar by age 9. I wound up giving it up at age 23, but from 9 to 23, I had an unblemished record. I had never been caught in a lie. And the reason for that is because I watched people so closely and got to understand what moved people and what people responded to and how to say something in such a way that was suggestive. And if it was a lie, it was always a lie that was really, really difficult to validate or disprove.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, after all that people watching, one of the things that I noticed was how sad people were. You know, I'd be on the bus or the train or just out somewhere, even at a, you know, at a restaurant, fast food place or a nice restaurant, didn't matter. You know, people just looked sad, you know, and as an adult, I understand what they feel sad about. They feel sad about being unfulfilled. They feel sad about the feeling like the odds are against them. And they really feel sad about the fact that they chose a path in life that didn't fulfill them. And that's a hard thing to realize, man, when you get to a place and you go, man, I went the wrong way. I had a choice of left or right, and the choice I made wound me up in a place I didn't want to be in.
That's it.
And I understand that profoundly. You know, I've said a few times, you know, I was living somebody else's dream for a long time.
Yeah.
And once I realized that, it was really frustrating because I was in limbo. I was like, well, I know I don't want this, but I don't know what else to do.
Right.
You know, and that's a frustrating place to be. And it took 10 more years until the podcast came around for me to feel congruent, for me to feel like what I was doing was something that really feeds me as a human being. You know, I don't want to say feeds my soul. That's kind of gay, but you know, it's kind of like that. You know, it's just you know, it's the words to that Beyonce song. You know, listen. You know, I think I sang it about as well as she did just now, but. Take that, bae.
Yeah.
But, you know, I understood at 9 years old that people were unhappy, and the older I got, the more that was confirmed for me.
Right.
And it's just one of the saddest realities of human existence is that so many people come and go. Hold on.
What the hell just happened to you, man? You're falling apart. Let's chalk it up
literally.
We'll just chalk it up to you know, early technical difficulties in our
how about just gravity?
It's true. It's true. We could just put it as part of our blooper reels. It'd be fun. It's just like some little bonus content of us fucking up.
So I think that's every episode.
But if we make a compilation for the public, right? You know,
people,
like, look at that. Yeah, that's it.
We're doing this for the childrens.
It's like
anybody
Wu-Tang.
Remember that reference? Anybody?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, the best award show ever.
Yeah, man.
And I think that was 1998.
Sounds about right. And actually, he interrupted Sonny, the song, I forgot, Colby Calais. Sonny Came Home, I believe it was the winner, and that they lost out to that.
That's correct.
Interesting. I don't know why I remember that. But at any rate, you know, it is a beautiful situation to be able to be in a place where you feel fulfilled. You know, I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen it happen with my ex-wife. I've seen it happen with friends. I've seen it happen, you know, with just family. People that go to college and study this one thing, do what they need to do, and then realize this is not what I want to do at all. You know, I hate this. I hate everything about it. You know, it seemed good on paper, whatever it was. You know, I've seen people get doctorates and end up, you know, just running a video store, you know.
Well, Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that they necessarily pursued their passion, but it's just that, you know, it's just what it is. And sometimes what happens is you get into what you think is going to be the rest of your life and find out you really don't like it. And it's a really hard situation to kind of dig yourself out of that now, because you're so invested into it, whether it's money that you invested, time, effort, you know, it's really hard to be like, well, I have a good or semi-good career that's paying my bills and doing all this, and maybe you have a family, maybe you have obligations, things like that. It's kind of hard to just reset. So, you know, kudos.
Well, that would be great if any of that was true. People don't go into the field of their study 80% of the time.
That's true.
People don't make enough money to be comfortable most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you're saddled with debt. I mean, it's a scam on every level, mm-hmm. right? If you decide to get a college degree, I'm not saying it's wrong to do it, but ask yourself, what did it do for your life? Mm-hmm. Did it do anything positive besides, you know, drunken nights and, you know, memories like that? But like, what did it actually contribute to your life? You know, you talk about all the time, effort, and money that you put into a pursuit. And by the way, you're asking like a teenager to decide what they want to do for the rest of their lives. Does anyone else feel that maybe that's stupid?
Yeah, I'm 43 and I don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life.
You know, I'm 57 and finally know what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know, so that's, but I mean, why not let people mature a little bit, live a little life, kind of let their rhythm find them, you know, let their passions find them, you know. Why not start college at like 30? And, you know, mm-hmm. I know part of the reason is, you know, we got to crank out worker bees so that, you know, the ruler class can have their workers. And I get that. But, you know, it really does lead to a lot of unfulfilled people. And you can't convince me that America is not filled with unfulfilled people, because if everyone was happy, what's all the depression about? What's all the opioids about? What's all the illegal drug use about? You know, what's all the sickness about? You know,
right?
People are just fucking fundamentally unhappy.
I think obesity has something to do with it too.
Of course it does.
You know, I mean, you know, for a lot of people, like, food is like really the only thing that they have to look forward to. You know, it's just, oh, we're going to go to this restaurant. We're going to eat this fine food. Like, there's people, you know.
Fine food.
Yeah, well, because the thing is that.
People chugging down McDonald's.
There are people making a career of photographing food. Like, oh, I went to this place and I took a picture of the thing that I ate and it's yummy looking, and, you know, it goes viral and people swarm into that restaurant or, you know, eatery or whatever. And the fact that there's such a demand for it, that people go and do that and make money for it, is kind of telling about where our society is, really, as far as, like, you know, that, you know, what we want. You know, they're giving us what we want, and we're just like, hey, listen.
I'm not following that. What is the indication? What is creating an indication of society?
That the fact that people can make a career out of that, it's because there's a demand for it. You know, we subscribe. We go, hey, listen, I'd love to follow this foodie. You know what I mean? He photographs and he takes us to nice places. We see what they make, what they cook or whatever, and we'll go and we'll follow it. I
mean, people have always been like that. Pre-internet, you know, celebrity worship was thriving.
Yeah, but I think that back then, before social media, it was just celebrities that were on TV or radio or whatever the case was, where now it's just like, hey, it's just some dude who did the work, got the following, and is now photographing whatever he wants. And it doesn't necessarily have to be food. It could be anything. There's people that do vacations. Like, they'll go on vacation and, you know, take pictures of the place or whatever and post it. And it's just like, wow, that's amazing. I find it pretty awesome, right, that the internet has been able to to give people that. Like, you know, we have these methods now that people can make careers out of things that didn't exist before, at least to the level that they are now, that it's so easy to get into, because really the only entry point is just you having the equipment to be able to do it, and then the willingness to put the work in. As long as you have a cell phone,
you have the equipment.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's pretty cool, man. I think that, you know, it's awesome that I'd love to see that. I love to see people just finding their passion and pursuing it, because it just, you know, people have said that all my life. Like, you find your passion, you find your money, and all these creative ways for people to make a living is just pretty awesome to me.
I can't stand that idea.
What's that?
You find your passion, you find your money. It's such a capitalistic, you know, why can't you just find your passion, man? Why do people assume automatically that you have to connect your passion to the way you make a living?
Well, no, yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't have to do that, but you can do that is the point.
And you could always do that, but I just find that automatic linking of the two really fucking annoying. Like anything that I've ever sort of displayed as competency, anything in any area of my life, if someone saw it, the first thing they would say is, "Oh, you should make money at that."
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever it is I was doing. That I would, like, someone mentioned it recently with my logos. It's like, you think I want to fucking make logos for a living? No, I'm doing this for my podcast. That's it. I don't want to fucking, like, and I don't even know if I'm good at it. I'm just good enough to please myself in what I want. But
right.
even let's just take it on faith that I'm good enough to do logos professionally. Why? Okay, you thank you for the compliment that I make nice logos, but why does that automatically have to lead to, and now you must make money at that? I find that annoying, and I find that a very limiting thought process.
Yeah. I think it's because you know, that's how we operate in society. I think that it's just like, hey, listen,
but
you know,
look at the society we're talking about.
That's true. I mean, but that also adds to the conversation. It's like, how unhappy are people that we're constantly looking for new ways to make money because we fucking hate the way we're making money. Right?
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like, it's just like, oh, listen, I got to go into this office and smell this dude's breath every day, and it sucks, and, you know, whatever the case is. You know, listen,
Hold on.
whatever bull you got to put up with, like,
dude. You could have said 500 different fucking things about what sucks about going into an office, and you chose smelling someone's breath. So I want to know what the happened to you that is first and foremost on your mind.
Oh, I had years ago. I worked with somebody who had heinous breath. Yeah, I won't mention his name, but yeah, it was like, to this point, I mean, that was over 20 years ago.
Derek. I have no idea who it is.
over 20 years ago, and we're talking about, this was before we met, you know, and so it was just one of those. Yeah. It was just one of those things where it's like, it's ingrained in my memory. Like, I remember that was my first, that was my first experience of what halitosis was.
You're actually experiencing a little PTSD.
Perhaps, yeah. And then, so whatever it is,
what sucks about going into an office? Bad breath. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, you know, I gotta tell you, I'm all in favor of just, like, continue to wear my mask. You know, there are certain things about wearing a mask that really just, you know, helps with society in general. Like, you know, the fact that I haven't been sick in almost 2 years at this point. Like, you know, and we're talking about anything, no cold, no flu, no nothing. I mean, a lot of that is because I've been mostly indoors, but you know, when I do go out and about, like, you know, I always have my mask on, and it's like, man, I haven't been sick in a while, and it's like, I think that would be amazing on a lot of levels, like, to be able to wear a mask, you know what I mean? And then the fact that, like, you know, I could just, like, you know, make goofy faces at people. I was like, oh yeah, you were like, oh yeah, you like in my mouth, and they don't really see that, and it's just like, oh,
yeah.
Like, and so, I don't know. I'm kind of comfortable with it, and like, there's certain times where it's a little uncomfortable if it's particularly hot or muggy, or whatever. But it,
right. Well, your anecdotal observation about yourself has been confirmed through science.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, there were over 38 million cases of the flu.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, in the same span of the flu season, which I believe goes from September to April, there were just over 2,000.
Wow.
That is, so 38 million to 2,000, and people are going, masks don't work. Well, yeah, they do, you fucking moron. Of course they work.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you don't think masks work, the next time you get surgery, tell your doctor, forget the mask. Just drool on my insides.
Just cough right into my open chest wound.
Yeah. I got to tell you, man, people get up in arms about the silliest shit. And then you get this asshole, in Congress who talks about how, like you compared the oppression of having to wear a mask to
no, please
Germany.
Don't confuse that. She's not comparing the oppression of wearing a mask. That's giving her too much credit. She is complaining about the recommendation of wearing a mask.
Yeah. She is complaining about the recommendation of wearing a mask and liking it
during a pandemic,
and comparing it to the oppressive nature of Nazi Germany. Are you kidding me?
It was the genocidal nature of Nazi Germany.
The genocidal nature
because she referenced the Holocaust.
Right.
This bitch is out of her fucking mind.
You gotta, you're beyond, and here's another telling part. There's another layer here that you gotta kind of peel off, and it's like, if either you don't really know what the happened at the Holocaust, which I find it hard to believe, or you're totally cool with it. Like, you're so cool.
I don't think those are the two options. I think the two options is not fully understanding what happened, or fully understanding what people say about it, but not believing that it's true. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard any human being say in my entire life.
What's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene, is it?
Yeah. I call her man face. She's a Buttaface for sure. Rockin' body from fucking CrossFit, but faccia de brute.
Yeah. It's hard to look at. You need a commercial with a jingle. It's like, I don't.
We've experienced the Chancleta spontaneous jingle.
Yeah. I honestly just don't understand. I mean, like, I thought, hey, we got to Jewish space lasers, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I didn't think she was going to trump that. My money would have been on, like, hey, she's not gonna trump that. And sure enough,
she managed it. Yeah, she managed
I lost that bet hard.
Oof, yeah. No, she's as fucking dumb as a houseplant and about 10% as useful.
Yeah. Anyway.
That made me sweat. My balls are hot.
Oh man, I don't understand what the hell the agenda is exactly. Like, I
there's only one agenda. and I assume you're referring to the Republican Party.
Well, yes, and her ilk. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The agenda is holding on to power. That's the only thing that explains the depraved indifference to life, the depraved indifference to truth, the depraved indifference to honesty. These people are disgusting human beings. You know, America went through a horrendous period known as the Civil Rights Era. When you look at the 60s, it was a bloodbath. To the point where it wasn't just black people being killed, but there were tons of black people killed during that time. Yeah. Anyone that came up looking like an influential black person politically just got murdered. Right? But they killed a fucking white president. And then they killed his brother when it looked like he was going to have a successful run at the presidency. Like, they were not fucking around.
Yeah, man.
You know, so, and all the people that lost their lives in Vietnam, and the people who were fucking water hosed and dogs sicked on them and fucking shot, like in Kent State, Ohio. I mean, this was a brutal fucking decade.
Yeah, it really was.
You know, and out of that decade came some realizations that America was heading in the wrong direction. And that both socially and politically, it just didn't make sense to hold on to the slave owner mentality that permeated through America up until the 60s.
Yeah.
And for the Republican Party to emerge from the experiences of Donnie Dump and just think, hey, you know what would be great if we just turned back the clock? We need to go back to a time when black people couldn't vote, where women didn't have as many rights. We just need to do this so that we can win again. We're not winning. Our ideas suck. Our strategies suck. Our results suck. You know, the only thing that the Republican Party is good at is raiding the Treasury. That is their premier competency.
That's right.
And for anyone who doesn't see that, I don't know what the fuck you need as evidence. Besides literal history, what the fuck else can I tell you? These people suck.
Yeah.
So they finally embraced that and said, let's just keep rigging the game. You know, tonight we're going to party like it's 1899.
It's excellent propaganda machine. It's an excellent propaganda machine. The one thing that I would say about the fucking Republicans is that whatever bullshit they are spewing, they all spew it in unison.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, man, if that's what you're hanging your hat on, geez. You know, because let's be very clear. These are fucking lawmakers. These are the people that run our lives.
That's right.
And they don't give a fuck about any one of us if we are not contributing financially to their campaign or putting money in their pocket through business kickbacks.
Right.
That's just a fucking cold hard reality. If any one of you listening to me right now, and first of all, I hope you have your mask on so then I can use my favorite line in the pandemic, which is, I can tell by your eyes that you have the legs of a dancer. Listen to me with your ears and your heart right now. Politicians don't give a fuck about you.
No.
Okay? Now, the left, the Democratic Party has demonstrated historically that they care a little about actual human beings. And that's the only reason to support that party. I don't like everything they've done, but at least they've done stuff that's worthwhile for the citizenry of America.
Yep.
What's the Republican Party done? Please, someone educate me. And if the first thing you got to start with is Lincoln, stop right there and shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
You're the party of Lincoln.
Yeah.
Not since 1863, man. Right? When was he killed? 1863 or 1865? Since the year he was murdered.
60, whatever it was, 63, I think.
Either way.
Yeah.
That's when it stopped being the party of Lincoln. So, and I know, there was sort of a reversal of the roles between Democrats, Republicans, blah, 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 whatever, man. Talk to me about the last 50 years, the last 75 years, something like it. Where has the Republican Party been? You were against highways. When Eisenhower came back from Germany and said, oh man, they built these marvelous roadways so that a mechanized army can travel freely through the country and be anywhere, quickly and efficiently. And you can land planes on highways. That's why highways are the size that they are, for the purpose of landing military planes on them. And they were against Medicare and Medicaid and everything that propelled human beings forward in America. These gang of thieves were against. They suck.
It really does, and I'm done arguing about with people. I'll vent with you and like that. But it's like it's one of those things where, for the past few years, man, I got into so many debates with people that I was just like, I was constantly.
How many people have these facts? How many people really, like, when they debate you, are doing more than just expressing their fucking imagination? Yes, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but here's the thing. There are two types of opinion, informed and uninformed. And you are not entitled to your own fucking facts. You're not entitled to your own reality. History is recorded. It leaves evidence. Yeah. So we can just look at it and say, here's what fucking happened. You can tell me what you think about it. You can tell me what you feel about it, but don't try to tell me that it's different than what the fuck I'm looking at.
Right. Most of it just ends up being ad hominem attacks, or arguments
it's
about.
Also false. It's appeals to authority. It's endless. It's just endless.
Yeah. So it's I never had one debate where it was actually like I learned something that I was like, okay, cool. Well, and listen, I'm a pretty open dude. Like I'm not married to my ideas. I'm like, I don't care if I don't care to be right. Like I want to understand, right? Because it's like
important not to be in love with the sound of your own voice. I mean, that's the bottom line. You've and your thoughts come in your voice, right? Yeah. So if you can just separate yourself and segment out your thoughts as just thoughts. Don't say, oh, they're my thoughts and they must be true because I thought them. That's circular logic that gets you nowhere, right? Right. So it's like, you had a thought that came into your head, but you might be fucking stupid. You also might be uninformed. You might not have a good faculty when it comes to logical analysis, right? Yeah. So whatever, man, be willing to let go of your thoughts, be willing to revise your thinking, be willing to understand that the way you held an idea could be wrong. It's no big deal. It doesn't make you a bad person. I don't know what the people are afraid of. I don't know why people are so committed to being right. It's so sad.
Try a Sudoku puzzle. It helps with that whole logic thing, That's all I'm saying. A little advice for you people. That's it.
Your results may vary.
No, indeed, absolutely. I'm no scientist.
I'm no doctor. I just play one in my mother's imagination.
No, but yeah, man, it's just a lot of it is just people just love the sound of their echo chamber, man. That's really what it is. That's their comfortable spot, you know.
That's the persistent rumor. Chancleta and chocolate Yoddah.
That's right, baby.
Oh, look at that bad boy. This is available for sale right now. F you if you don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm really good at selling t-shirts.
Buy one for your grandma. You're not going to be able to see her nipples through this thick cotton you made out, baby. Yeah. I don't care how much it's sagging or how dark her nipples are. It's going to be all right.
I want to thank you for saying that, because I had a moment just now when I thought, well, I'm not doing a very good job of selling these t-shirts. And then you came along and did a way worse job of it. So
make 7-Up yours. Got him.
Oh, that actually took the sound out of my body. Holy.
Yeah.
Oh, make 7-Up yours. So please explain that connection.
Oh, so basically, it was just an old commercial. Remember the drink 7-Up? Yeah. And so they had that old commercial where make 7-Up yours.
Right.
And
so because we were sort of doing a commercial for the t-shirts, albeit terribly, you thought, okay, commercial, let me link it to another commercial, and boom.
Came up in my head. There it is. Boom. Make 7-Up yours. Yeah. That's it. Classy, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the Chancleta Speed Lightning Association machinery in all its glory.
I'd love to take credit for some sort of ingenuity, but this just happens to me. It's part of my ADD. It's how I'm wired, and I love it, and it's fine.
And I want to point that I said speed lightning instead of lightning speed, but that's fine.
It's cool. Oh, you're also Yoddah, so you know.
So first of all, I'm chocolate Yoddah, spelled Yoddah.
Because film studios are litigious.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's the anniversary of Star Wars. I can't fuck around with this shit.
That is true. That is
George
true.
Lucas is very sensitive.
He doesn't own this shit no more.
That doesn't mean he's not sensitive. You shut your fucking mouth.
Hey, listen, I'll comb your ear hair, baby. Whatever you need. I know what I got going on, baby. After I was 40-something, I started getting ear hair.
Oh.
It looks like fucking cauliflower patch growing on in my
I'm
fucking
going to find a way to use that as a pickup line. I'll comb your ear hair, baby.
Yeah, that's it. You just got to say it nice and smooth. Like, you know. So why don't you come over here and let me shave your toe knuckle hairs, baby. That's how I get them ladies.
Now I know what your lady sees in you.
Yeah.
That and your giant hi-oh.
Yeah. It's like I have this big energy, but it's very misleading.
All right. Undo all the work that I just did. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm delirious.
Well,
so what's on your mind, brother?
Oh, man, I think I covered all the things that were on my mind. You know, I'm looking forward to wrapping up the last week of my current employment and starting a new employment in 2 weeks. And,
exciting stuff. That means you have a week of nothing.
Yeah, well, I have to get a few things done, but aside from that, it's just personal stuff that I got to get done.
Maybe you didn't hear me. I said you have a week of nothing.
I don't like your attitude.
Nor should you.
It's something to me, sir.
Yeah.
And then that's it, man. I'm just, you know, I'm probably gonna f*** off most of the week anyway, not do anything because I'm just a procrastinator. But I will try to get done the important things.
like having lunch with me.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Beauty.
We're gonna find a balcony somewhere, whether we get permission or not, and can hang out and smoke cigars, baby. It's gonna be all right. That's it. That's what we do.
Well, I don't have a balcony, but I definitely can facilitate.
I said we will find one.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I started with that. That was
an inside joke, and thank you for that.
I started with it, sir. So,
I snorted. Oh,
we're really looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you to all our Patreon members. Get some merch. Holla at your boy. Yeah.
Buy some merch.
We're gonna make some stickers and send them y'all way, baby. It's gonna be alright.
My favorite part of that was go ahead, make some stickers, motherfucker.
I got you, bro. I got the stickers. Send me the logo. You know, it's Yoddah making all the shit. You know, Chocolate Yoddah's on it, baby. And this, I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what I'm doing for the podcast? I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. This. Whatever you see me do on the podcast, that's all I do for this podcast. The editing.
So that's 99% of what's needed for the podcast.
I mean, that's true, but like, I mean, you know, it would look pretty if you didn't get on it. So, you know, like, you know, let's Chocolate Yoddah. Chocolate Yoddah, baby. You know
speaking of looks, man, you know, next time we do this, I will have my 4K camera, so everybody will be able to see all the fucking pockmarks on my face. So
that's gonna be
congratulations.
Fun. That's it. I gotta start. Yeah, when I get a 4K camera, I'm gonna have to do a little landscaping on the nose here. You can start seeing.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you know, it's just starting to come out, and my ear hairs. I mean, I wear headphones, so it'd be fun.
Exactly.
It's just a lot of stuff. It's new stuff. You get in your 40s.
I might have to get facials because, you know. Yeah. I mean, my skin, it is what the fuck it is, man. I'm 57. It's all fucked up. What are you going to do?
Black don't crack, baby. You doing all right. You're doing all right. You actually look as smooth as chocolate.
Oh, nice.
You look like a fucking Rolo.
You are sexy and powerful.
I like your musk. Maybe we'll do a show where we're both like shaving at the same time, and we're just like, you know, doing like side by side shavings and just like, you know, grooming ourselves. It'd be fun.
When we get this all figured out, we need to move in together.
Get an apartment together. Yeah, I think so. We'll just get a 1-bedroom and a bunk bed. Yeah.
More room for activities.
Save some fucking money. Get room for activities. We'll be all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's fucking gets the top bunk. It's like, hey, you wanna ride this pony? You gotta climb up to the fucking ride, baby. Get up on here.
You know, the logistics of a bunk bed. They leave me a little concerned.
I'll build it strong.
Yeah, because if you have the top bunk and something goes wrong, I am dead as f***.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. Like, it might have to be made out of adamantium or something. Like, we'll figure it out. You know, like cobalt reinforcements.
Nice.
You know, titanium fucking framework for like the fucking bed. You know, like we'll make it happen, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get some real serious. Actually, my thrust is serious. You know what I mean? So I you know,
because of your powerful mandible.
I also love you, but I would hate to hurt you during one of my.
I appreciate that.
That's it. One thing that I've discovered.
And this is coming from deep inside my chest, where my heart is.
That's good. That's good. I gotta tell you, you know, and here's the thing, like, you know, you're a pretty big dude too, but I'm also a big dude. And one of the things that I've realized is that, like, there's a certain kind of woman that's attracted to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of woman that is like, oh, you know, like, she likes to get a little, right? And so the issue is here that it's like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, I'm like a big bear kind of guy, right? And it's like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna really like put some thrust in this, and and then like I don't want to disappoint my fans, right? So then if I'm fucking on a top bunk, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure, this is been my whole life. And so, like, it's like everything I buy, like people don't really like take these things into consideration. Living as a big man is like a thing where you have to do a little bit more research. Like, if you're gonna buy a chair, you can't just buy a chair. Most chairs are designed to go up to 250 pounds, like between 225 and 250 pounds. So most people that don't really have like this, you're big, they'll just go and they'll buy a fucking chair all willy-nilly, and it breaks. And then this is right, office chairs, they got to buy one every year or so, and it just starts to wear out. I have to take into account the bed frame, the chair, all of these fucking things, because it's like, hey, listen, there's gonna be some fucking weight on this thing. So the couches that I get, that's for another time. That's for another time. I just want to give you a little insight as to life as a big man.
Well, two things about that. One, nobody cares about any of that shit. And two, you're not big. You are a fucking giant.
I mean, yeah.
Again, 6'5", and how much you rocking these days?
Now I'm 338.
338. That's some power. That is thrust. That's giant level shit right there, man. And more power to you.
Look at the size of his hand.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh.
It's a bear paw.
Yeah. And what's important, though, to realize is that despite assumptions, you have the grace of a ballerina. It's quite spectacular.
I mean, hey, listen, when you're big your whole life, you got to figure out how to do shit. Like, look at my phone, right? Like, look at my phone. That's a tablet.
Yeah,
This is it looks like a phone in my hand.
Yeah, that's actually a MacBook he's holding.
Yeah, it's what it is. You gotta,
it's a 16-inch MacBook. It just looks like a fucking phone in his hand.
That's it. I just ripped off the keyboard. It's it's an iPad Pro. You know what I mean? It's like,
but you got me thinking just a couple minutes ago when you talked about the type of woman that's interested in you, and I've concluded that the type of woman that's interested in me has two primary characteristics. One, questionable morality for sure, and
True.
Two, very low standards. Those things are very important. I excel in that environment, as a matter of fact.
That's good. Yeah. When you lower the fucking threshold, baby, that's the point of entry is so easy.
Yeah, that works out well for me. But hey, what are you gonna do? But anyway, so I think that's a good place for us to wrap it up. It's been fun, man.
Indeed, sir. Always a pleasure.
I enjoy your company. Can you feel the love tonight?
Hit the end. Hit the end button. Just stop recording. Just fucking now.
Peace,
you're gonna scare our viewers, man. This is. I don't like it.
Bye. Woo, that was good.